Hello everyone, I'm NC and today I want to share a sensitive topic about school bullying, and I may ramble a lot because I'm just going to do it with one take, and I really did not really have a whole outline or anything ready for it, but it is going to be authentic and come straight from my head. Uh, I experienced bullying around my high school time. I think maybe ninth grade, 10th grade, somewhere around there. I am originally come from Vietnam, and I arrived to the country when I was like sixth grade or so. And needless to say, I didn't speak any English, almost nothing at all. And even though I was from Vietnam, my parents are Chinese, and at the time in high school, my English was still pretty terrible, and I only had basically one or two friends, not a lot, maybe three maximum. And my closest friend was another Chinese friend, and the bullying happened at the Phi class, so physical education in the gym class. There are basically racism, and that's why I was specifying my ethnicity as Chinese, and my friends too, because at the locker room there were maybe one or two white boys, and I remember they might think I'm Vietnamese, and they were calling out to my friend. They were calling him, "Hey, Chinese man," and trying to mock him with these names, calling. And I remember one time we were in the gym and we were like playing basketball, just like on our own, like just practicing on our own, not a real match or anything. And me and my friend were just walking around, taking a walk and talking to each other. And there's these other kids, they just throw the ball and hit the back of our legs and just basically trying to provoke us and start a fight or something like that. Uh, so my reaction to that was just to let it go. And I told my friend we should just keep walking and do not pay attention to them, because what they're trying to do is to get our attention and try to make us angry and give him a reaction, or give them a reaction. I think there were like one or two guys at the time. I don't even remember. And and so we just continued walking, and we didn't get the ball thrown at us again. However, that was what I went through pretty much once in a while. We have gym maybe once a week or something like that, and they will just keep doing that like throughout the entire school year. Not every single week, but like once in a while. And it's kind of funny because last month I went to a restaurant and I met a old classmate that I haven't seen for like long time, like decades. And she recognized me, and she brought this up, like the event that I just shared with you about that throwing the basketball at us. And she says she witnessed the whole thing, and she actually went to the teacher and told on the guy that threw the ball at us, and just really like step it up for us. And I had no idea that she did that. But regardless, I was very thankful of how that she was willing to step up for us and speak up for us. But I don't know how people deal with bullying. I feel in our case, okay, it sucks that they are throwing things at us, but at least it's not like something that is really painful. Like it wasn't like super hard at us or hit our head or anything like that. So it's tolerable. And I thought as long as we don't provoke them or react to their provocation, then they just get bored and just stop trying to provoke us. Because if you're giving them a reaction, a lot of time that's what they want, and it's gonna escalate the problems even more. If let's say you have a word fight, then that person is gonna hate you even more, and they're gonna do it even more frequent. Or you have a physical fight, that's gonna get worse, even more worse. And thinking back, like just ignoring him, ignoring like all of them, that was able to get us through the year and then the following year, and it got better. And then they eventually got bored and they just stopped picking on us. And that's how I dealt with bullying in my high school year, and against like all these racism issues. uh, and then another separate story. This is another person. I was taking the bus to school, and there's this kid who would be waiting for the bus on my same school bus, and the same stop with me. And he would always try to harass me. And I don't know why. He's also Asian, okay? But he would always harass me. And I remember it got to the point that after I got off the bus, I would just run straight to my door and close the door behind me. Because if I'm hanging around and take my time walking, he would harass me all the way until I get to my house. And so you can see that really was very stressful and annoying. And that also kind of on and off for like a few years as well. And I didn't tell anybody about this at all at the time. But that was the two main bullying experience that I experienced while going to my high school in the United States. So the reason why I'm sharing this story, I mean, it's been decades ago, and I already let this go. Even at the time being, I chose to ignore, and I never like gave them any reactions or anything. Is I want you to know that you're not alone. I know that even with today's, after like 2 decades since I went to high school, there's still a lot of bullying happening around the United States in high school. And from time to time, you go on YouTube and you can hear stories from different high schoolers sharing their stories and whatnot. And if you're going through those bad situations, I'm not saying that you should follow what I did, but I think you should at least try to start doing what I did by ignoring it, tolerating it, and do not give them the reaction. Like they're trying to provoke you, so don't let them provoke you and just ignore them. And hopefully they'll get bored and let you leave you alone afterward. And that should be your first step, is just tolerate as much as you can. And if they become too aggressive, then you might need to like tell the teacher, have somebody to help you out, right? And finally, I have heard, this didn't happen to me, but some people did not go to get help, and it's starting to develop some mental health issues because of the stress or whatever situation that they're dealing with in school. And ultimately, that lead to a lot of worse things, which I don't want to get into in this video. So that is what I want to share to hopefully help somebody who's listening out there, that when you are going through this bullying things, you know, as somebody who experienced it 2 decades ago, it happened to everybody. Not everybody, but like a lot of other people. People just never share or openly talk about it. The number is way higher than what you know. This is like my first time sharing it online, or and I never really share this story to a lot of people, even to my personal friends. I only like told like maybe 2 or 3 people in real life about this story. Uh, so so just hopefully you never have to experience this bullying, and if you do, just know that there are other people who have went through the similar things, and we all have made it, and we are fine in the end. Just go get help. You need somebody, and go talk to somebody. Okay? Thank you for listening.